If you are well, it is well, and I am also well. Welcome to the Stoic Cat. Living in an ethical way. The ultimate concern of the Stoics, as with the Epicureans, was the question of how life ought to be lived. Moreover, both the Stoics and the Epicureans tried to answer that question by appealing to humans as natural beings. Stoic theory is naturalistic in the sense that every evaluative claim they make is based entirely on their conception of the natural constitution of the human being. The Stoics claimed that the human being is a rational animal. As an animal, a human being has a body and a soul. The soul is just as corporeal as is the body, and indeed it penetrates or thoroughly intermixes with the body. The parts of the soul are to be found in the different parts of the body. The leading part of the soul, which is the rational part, is found in the heart, and the other parts radiate out from it like the tentacles of an octopus. For example, the visual part of the soul connects the heart with the eyes, the reproductive part connects it with the reproductive organs, etc. It is the leading part which is relevant to ethics. It is the seat of presentations and impulses, and from it rational discourse is emitted. In a sense, presentations and impulses are primordial, for all animals have them. However, because they are located in the leading part of the human soul, presentations and impulses are under the control of human reason. The most important difference is that humans have the power of assent both to presentations and to impulses. Each can lead us astray. Human action, then, is to a great extent rational. Stoic ethics concerns the right use of reason. The ultimate rational agent, the wise man or sage, is fully rational in everything he does, assenting only to those presentations that are true and acting only in ways that are reasonable. Non-human animals act according to impulse, according to what is suitable to their constitution. That animals pursue what is suitable, what is congenial to their own nature, was obvious to the Stoics. Nature makes an animal congenial to itself, for it is not likely that nature would make an animal alienated from itself, nor having made the animal to make it neither congenial to nor alienated from itself. This claim conflicts with the observations of the Epicureans that animals naturally seek pleasure as an end in itself, since pleasure is, if anything, a byproduct which supervenes when nature itself, on its own, seeks out and acquires what is suitable to the animal's constitution. If you have an interest in learning more about Stoicism, or if you want to explore answers to some of life's most significant questions, please continue watching this episode. Also, let us know what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The Stoics conceived of eudaimonia or euroia biou, or a good flow of life, according to Zeno, and then even more clearly Seneca, EPICTETUS and Marcus. The good life for the Stoa, if not for Aristotle, is the life lived in harmony with nature. And this, given human beings' specific rational capability, means a life lived according to reason, wherein our logos supervenes upon and redirects our first animal impulses. The Stoics saw eudaimonia as consisting of a state of apatheia or tranquillitas, which is very close to the Epicurean ataraxia. But the contrast between the two schools is rooted in the Stoic claim that virtue is the only good for human beings, not just instrumental to their happiness, as it was for the Epicureans. The key Stoic argument in favor of this position is derived from Plato's Stoicism, where Socrates asks his two sophist interlocutors to reflect on the observation that alleged goods such as health, wealth, and reputation are clearly neither necessary nor sufficient to flourish, since there are people who do not have them and yet flourish, as well as people who do have them and do not appear to flourish. What's necessary, says Socrates, is knowledge of how to use such goods if one happens to have them. And this knowledge is precisely the one that a virtuous person possesses. This episteme with which Socrates typically identifies virtue must be the only truly good thing for us, since it alone is always and only beneficial, never capable of harming its possessor. The Stoics' position that external goods are indifferent to eudaimonia, because the latter consists of virtue, which means they are indifferent to virtue, not to other aspects of life, is a break from Aristotle and puts the Stoics much closer to the Cynics. But the Stoics were not Cynics. Zeno's founding break with the Cynics' philosophy turned principally on the idea that, although all externals, from bodily health to disease and death, are by themselves neither good nor evil, we nevertheless can rationally select between them. Indeed, the Stoics note, these external goods provide the material for virtue, with which all our actions are concerned as soon as we venture to do anything in the world. Hence the famous Stoic twin concepts of preferred indifference and dispreferred indifference. Again, this is related to what Socrates says in the Euthydemus, other things being equal, a healthy, virtuous person is in a better position than a sick, virtuous person, because the first one can practice virtue, including the Stoic discipline of action, based on the idea that we should help fellow human beings more effectively than the second one. The crucial caveat is that one ought to never trade virtue for health, or wealth, or any other external. So, the Stoic position on preferred indifference to the naturalistic doctrine of oikeiosis, a term which names for the Stoics the process whereby all things in the natural world are adapted to, or belong in, their particular environs. We humans are no exception. We have natural preferences for food, drink, shelter, etc., and these become our preferred indifference. Two crucial things happen, however, to humans when they reach the age of reason, and these are the ones that distinguish us from other animals. We are capable of appreciating and admiring the general pattern of things in the universe. What makes us who we are, this in turn means that we can make choices that go beyond our immediate needs and wants, but are nonetheless in agreement with the broader cosmic pattern, including our ability to withhold immediate gratification in favor of broader goals. We can rationally enlarge our natural tendency to love ourselves and our kins, transforming it into the Stoic concept of cosmopolitanism as encapsulated by the famous image of Heraclius' circles of expanding concern. This cosmopolitanism embodies the Stoics' naturalistic concept of justice and is therefore related to that virtue. Take care, and until we meet again.